Welcome to After Hours with Jeff and Julia, a very special birthday edition.
Oh.
For our own Jeff Herndon, we have our party cups here.
Oh, we do, yeah.
Party it up. Doug should be happy. Doug probably has his party cup out.
Stir in the special juice.
Is that airborne?
It's airborne. We've been battling the diseases up in this place here.
Yeah. That's yesterday when I scooted off to the side and I just had to blow my nose. Let's call it what it is. Yep. If you are watching After Hours, you have a couple options. At KSN Plus, that is going to be a flawless stream, according to some people. Dana said it's pretty good on KSN Plus. You can download that on the KSN Plus app on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, and Samsung TV. And then we love our community cast members who join us on Facebook, and you can comment live as well.
If we look tired, we are.
Speak for yourself, buddy.
It's been a week. It's not even over.
No.
Okay. We've been in this building since Sunday, feels like. So we just.
That's a good thing if it feels like that.
Well, it's kind of true.
That's why it's a good thing.
It's kind of true. We've been here since Sunday. Got another day to go.
But I love it.
We were talking earlier about just some life advice, as you grow older, right? We were discussing that. We were discussing Valentine's Day and the worst possible thing you could get somebody for Valentine's Day. We were discussing that.
You said, ooh, no gift is a bad gift.
I felt bad asking that question because the question was...
What's a bad gift for Valentine's Day?
What is the worst gift that you could receive for Valentine's Day? And I feel like it's the thought.
No, I gave a good answer.
Not on air.
Yeah, I did on air.
No, which one did you say?
Oh, off air?
Yeah.
I'm willing to share
Don't
the one
share that one.
Really?
I don't know.
The one on air, I said, I don't think that you should get your partner something that you have gotten previous partners. So, I don't need... If you have a standard necklace that you get for all your girlfriends, do not get me that. I do not want a matching necklace with Samantha and Tiffany. I don't need that.
But you're not going to be hanging out with them. How would you even know?
Oh, we know, ladies. Back me up on that in the chat. We know.
So I just still think it's the thought. But you're right.
You're right, because it's not the thought.
But I guess Valentine's Day is one of those holidays that's just, how I view it sort of changes through the years.
It's also super different for you.
A little bit, because it's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
Next year, by the way, the Super Bowl on February 14th.
Your birthday Super Bowl.
Birthday Super Bowl next year.
And Valentine's Day.
And all wrapped up
What are you
going to
do? I know what you're going to do. You're going to work.
Hopefully not. Well, it's not on NBC.
All right, you might not be at work.
So I hope I can skirt out of that one if it's not on our channel. So I would assume, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But
we'll see. We'll talk to you in 365 days.
Okay, yeah, we'll see how that works out. But Valentine's Day, it's one of those things. I think there's a lot of pressure on younger people. I really do, like young adults that are just getting into serious relationships. I think there's an extra added pressure there. And then as you get older, and sometimes, I know some women that don't want anything on that. I know they just don't get me. Every day should be a day that you should. Yeah, if they tell you that, don't listen.
Do not listen to that.
But no, it's interesting. It's an interesting day, and my entire life, my entire 50 years of livings has been having this birthday on Valentine's Day. And for those of you that are watching, some of you may have birthdays on certain holidays, and it is different.
It is different.
When you're a child, it feels special.
Oh,
like you get extra. I can't tell you how many times I've been carded. And back when I used to get carded, nobody cards me
25 years ago?
Or if I ever had to show my ID, even at the airport or something, and how many times people go, "Oh, you're
Valentine's, baby."
They don't say it like that. Some do, but it's and so it's always been kind of neat. And then sometimes it's not. Sometimes you're just it's. I've always said there's that pressure sometimes when it's Valentine's Day, but it's your birthday, but you're under the gun to get to be creative and show your love. It's sometimes that could be a little bit stressful, but that's on me. I mean, that's internal, right? I'm putting that stress on myself. It doesn't have to be that way. But yeah, I'm over it now. Yeah, I've moved
You're
way
definitely not over it
No,
now.
Can you
Me and
tell?
everyone in the chat can
just-
tell you're not over
I'm
it
totally-
now.
I'm over it now. It's not. It's all
Did
good.
you have like one birthday that you recall that you say that was a really good birthday?
Yeah, well, my wife's very creative. I've had some
Yes.
incredible. I mean, the things that she's done in the past have been. I can't even imagine the creativity level before Pinterest. This is pre-Pinterest. But when I was a kid, not really. They all were. It's like.
When you think
Man,
about
that's,
it,
that's tough. I'm thinking about it now, and I can't really recall any, as a child, any birthday that like stood out.
but when you think about it, do you think about it in terms of like, oh, my birthday or oh, Valentine's Day?
Birthday always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Valentine's Day.
That's cool. I'm glad you do.
Growing up, my parents would get us sounds so lame, but I'm going to admit this anyway on the podcast. My parents would get me a Valentine's Day basket, my sister and I.
Cool.
And I remember that being so special, but what it did was this weird like reverse psychology thing where like I grew up thinking that Valentine's Day was just a day to show appreciation and love for everybody in your life, not necessarily for a partner.
That's great.
Yeah. And so I think now as an adult, though, I'm so grateful of being able to celebrate like love and people that I appreciate and value and whatever. On Valentine's Day, it was not people are like, oh, it's a manufactured holiday or it's
Kind of a Hallmark holiday, but it's done a lot of good. But
Yeah.
flower shops do tremendous. People
Yeah.
that make and sell chocolate, they do great.
They do great. Or like people would say like, oh, you have to have a partner to celebrate. And that was never like what my parents, I don't know that was their intention, but it ended up being this really cool thing that it was never about the partner. It was about people.
I remember as a child, a young child. I remember going like our school in Hayesville. They had Valentine's Day parties on Valentine's Day, and we made They had little sacks, and you decorated them, and then all the kids would bring a Valentine for each classmate, and I remembered that fondly. It was one of my favorite days. I always thought that was kind of cool, and then I like little. I like those little chalky hearts, those little candy hearts that had little sayings on them, you know, like be mine, get lost. The ones that I would receive would have like get lost, don't talk to me, restraining order,
lose my number,
just don't make eye contact, stuff like that. But then they also have some that have like nice sayings on them, like be mine and love you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like the chalky hearts.
The chalk hearts. Yeah, or whatever. But they're kind of, you know what I'm talking about, like kind of little chalky.
We love the chalk hearts.
I like those.
Our original topic, and some people are sticking to the topic, is
advice.
Life advice
Got that.
for Jeff. And then Jeff is going to dispense life advice as well.
It's not going to be good.
But I'm going to read some of the chats.
I do need I like to learn new things. I like to learn life hacks as you grow older. Like life hack, you know, like advice growing, you know, it's the same thing.
Okay. Steve said, hi, Jeff and Julia in chats. 26-year-old Olivia about to eat some ice cream, an ice cream sandwich.
Yum.
Doug said, red Solo cup with little musical things.
Toe teeth.
26-year-old Olivia. Doug also said, what up, 26? 26 said, ladies will find out. We are like spies. We notice everything. Backing me up always. Okay, Steve coming in with the birthday advice. Steve said, happy birthday, Jeff. My life advice.
Thank you.
Your health is wealth and happiness comes from simple things.
That's excellent. And that is something that even if you were to tell, you could say that same thing to like a 30-year-old, and I don't think they would grasp that. Some might. A 20-year-old maybe, but I doubt it. That's something that I think you learn as you get older.
It becomes more apparent as you get older.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Health, and then here's the thing. Health, as I get older, and this is me, you're well beyond your years, man. You're like... I'm not saying you're like an old... You kind of are. You're like an old soul. But you've got a lot of things figured out that people of similar age do not yet. It's not an insult. I'm giving you a compliment.
I think that's a compliment for sure.
And I think that has a lot to do with your family and your parents and how you were raised and all that kind of thing.
Oh, thanks.
So, but for me, it's less material things as you get older, and more craving time with friends and family, people you love, like spending time, quality time with them. And I think that's something that I think a lot of people I can only give you perspective from my bubble, right? And so like a lot of people my age, or a lot of people that I grew up with in Kansas, I think a lot of them go through a phase of trying to obtain. You try to acquire. I need stuff, and I need a house, and I need a car, and I need
I
this
think
stuff.
that's
And
everybody.
I really do. And I went through that phase several years ago in my 30s. I think that was like, you almost feel like you're supposed to do that subconsciously, or that's what you see. I mean, we are a product of our surroundings, and the images that we see every day, they do shape us. They shape it's like, we begin to covet things that we see. We see your friends got the new car, and you went, but I will tell you that passes, that it really does go away. Like, there is a point in your life where I found there was a point in my life where I wanted to get rid of everything. I went through a moment, and maybe I've talked to you about that, where
We've talked a lot on this podcast about purging.
Yeah, of just being really simplifying your life in terms of the material things that you surround yourself with.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think I really feel strongly about that as I get older. Wasn't that way 20 years ago. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It was about how, I need nicer furniture. I need and you say keeping up with the Joneses, but I think it's not necessarily you're trying to keep up with people, but you're just doing what you think you're supposed to do. You make money, you want to acquire stuff. So that changes dramatically. And I would, I'm not saying, and I don't think that's something that you can like consciously, I don't think you can get up and go, okay, today I'm just not going to, I'm not going to want stuff
anymore.
It just happens naturally.
Yeah.
It becomes your state of mind. It becomes your mindset. And it's kind of interesting because it's not like a purposeful like decision that you make. You just kind of become less attached to material things.
I think that's because we realize there is no value in that.
No.
I think very quickly you realize value does not come from material things. And I think at some point, everybody experiences that of like chasing the material things or wanting the material things. Yeah. I listened to something or read something and it said, if nobody knew I had it, would I still want it? And I think about that all the time when I make a purchase.
I will also say that I'm not even so sure it's a bad thing to want stuff, because I think sometimes people are driven to achieve their goals based on the material items that they want to obtain. And if that's what motivates you to become the best you or chase something, but then by all means, I think that's a net positive because you're using the materialism to achieve something, and I get that. But I think everybody gets to a point in their life where you're just done with trying to acquire things.
There was and here's what's interesting. When I graduated college, I took a job in a real small West Texas town, and our contracts are every couple of years. So I knew, okay, I'm going to be moving. And I said, I'm not going to buy anything. I'll get like the basic things that I need and then just move from place to place. And I remember when I got to Washington and leaving was really hard. I left these amazing friends. I got to Washington and I said, I'm not going to hang anything on the walls. And my mom said, absolutely not. She said, you're not going to live that way. But now I think about some of the material things that I have, like my dining room table. And I think about all of the memories I've created at the dining room table. And I'm grateful that I was also willing. For me, it was the opposite of I said, I want to attach myself to nothing. But in some ways, that was also relationships of, I didn't connect that I could keep friendships. And that was something I had to learn. And that was hard. And so it was the reverse of I said, purge everything. And then I realized, oh, wait, that's also a sad, hard way to live.
Yeah, and I think there's a balance. I think what you're saying is there's definitely a balance between them because I think there is something. I'm a sentimental guy.
Yeah.
So I do have issues. I have a problem. This is really bad. And I have learned to adjust this in my life. But I have an issue. Like, I'll have an old T-shirt. And maybe it's a free T-shirt. And I've had it, maybe it's a shirt I've had for 20 years and I never wear it, but I should get rid of it. It's just taking up space. But I go, oh no, I remember when I got that T-shirt, it was raining that day. And it's like detached that
Yeah.
piece of that art, that whatever that is
a memory.
it's connected to a memory, and it's hard for me. There was a point in time when I have found it difficult to give up anything. Not because I wanted to acquire more stuff, but I was so sentimentally attached to a lot of things.
Yeah.
That really, and I'll tell you what changed that as I got older. The passing of my father 2 years ago, that really helped spur some change in me in terms of like letting things go and getting rid of things, because my dad, I think, was a very sentimental man himself, and he kept a lot of stuff, and a lot of it was just trash. 90% of the things that he had was trash. I mean, it was trash.
Yeah.
Like, not trash in the sense like, but it was something that had no value. It needed to be thrown away. It was taking up space. And I started to really take a hard look at some of the stuff I had, and I thought, man, I don't want my kids to be, they're going to throw that. Like so I asked myself, like, well, if I pass, what are my kids going to do with this thing? And it's like, well, they're going to throw it away.
Yeah.
So then that helped me throw it away.
That's a great
Does
way
that
to
make sense? Like
100%.
So I kind of used it that way of like, so the life advice, that's great life advice about health is wealth, because I also go back to it took me years to realize that really the most important commodity that we have is time. I mean, it's all about time, and you can't replace time. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. And so to prioritize health and time and family and friends, but that's tremendous advice as you get older. But I do think you have to be in a certain stage in your life to really accept that advice. I do, and I think it's okay if you're at a certain stage in your life where you're not. Yeah, I'm not even judging. I think it's okay to go through a stage where you're acquiring as much stuff as you want. Because I think it gives you perspective when you get to that point in life where you're like, I don't need this.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
It doesn't complete me the way I thought it would.
Yeah. So that's just my spiel on that.
Jacob said, happy birthday, Jeff.
Thanks.
Olivia said, my birthday this year will be on Father's Day. My birthday always falls on Father's Day.
That's cool.
Kathy said, happy early birthday, Jeff.
Thank you, Kath.
Doug said, me, Thanksgiving every 6 years. I feel you on the holiday thing, Jeff. Karina said, my mom still gives me a Valentine's Day gifts.
Oh, man.
Jacob said, I remember getting a singing Valentine when I was in junior high school. That's really cute.
Yeah, you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 26. 26-year-old Olivia said, happy birthday, Jeff. I'm trying to get these nicknames to catch on because I really like them. Like Kath. I'm like, ooh, is that one going to catch on?
No.
Kathy's going to comment and say, no, it's not.
No. She's like, I'm out.
Okay, so 26-year-old Olivia, my advice, always take lots of pictures and videos, cherish every moment, and don't forget to live in the moment.
There you go. That's great advice.
There was something that I also had read on the internet, and I can't remember what they called it, but essentially it was like 10 breaths. And so they said when you're in a moment, to take 10 intentional breaths, and it slows it down, and it just allows you to be in the moment. And I will try to always put a word to it when I'm sitting there, and I will take a breath and I will say everything is right in my world right now. And I love those moments. I love getting to acknowledge that I'm with my family and everyone's healthy and happy and we're all laughing and we're all together. And I love vocalizing it. So I think that kind of goes into living in the moment.
You speak it out loud. It has power.
Yeah.
So
Mary said, I'm in my purging phase right now.
Nice. It's fun.
Doug said, I was always told when I went anywhere, and now I tell my kids the same. Remember your last name, because people made that association. Oh, you're so-and-so. Their kid, right? I like that. Okay. What is one piece of advice that you will be glad you gave to your kids?
You're asking me?
Yeah. That was Doug. That was from Doug.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm giving them a lot of bad advice.
That counts.
Yeah. For me, it's, I remember I remember a piece of advice I gave was to, how did I phrase it? It was along the lines of don't count on anybody giving you anything. Build your own empire, basically. Build your own wealth, and don't count on inheritance. Don't count on the lottery. Don't count. I mean, really, don't count. I mean, and to get them motivated to go out and do their own thing. And that seemed to go over pretty well. My son's a hustler now. I mean, he does a lot of odd jobs and goes to college and doesn't ask for anything. So that really, and it wasn't like, I don't think it wasn't along the lines of don't ask me for anything, but it was just, hey, like set goals, go out there and achieve what you want to achieve, and don't sit back and say, I mean, so-and-so has money and I'll just have them buy me a car or whatever. It just, so that was some of the advice that I gave him. And then also just like, don't make a molehill into a mountain. And that's another piece of advice that I should follow. Like I've been working on that too, is just don't. Certain things aren't worth blowing up into something that's just out of control, which is easier said than done, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not great advice. I'm not a good advice. I'm not advice man.
That's not true.
No, I mean, I can give you advice in the realm of like this industry, but it's really as far as life goes, I don't know. I will say this. I had a thought today, and it goes back to what I said yesterday about learning to accept change. That we're woman. That is so, every time I think about that, it is so on point, because change can be so hard, and change can come, you can't even predict it, and it just happens, and a lot of it's out of your control.
It's all out of your control.
And it's constant. There will always be change. You get comfortable when you're dating, and then you get married and it changes. Then you get comfortable when you're in a relationship, married, and it changes. You have kids, it changes. Kids leave, empty house, it changes. It's constant.
Yeah.
And each one of those moments in your life, each one of those those changes, it's up to you to decide how you're going to handle it. Some people handle it really well. They accept it, they move on, they navigate it. Others resist it, they hate it, and it drives them crazy till they're dead. And so I think it's really, that's where it falls on you, is how do you handle that change?
Yeah.
And you can't avoid it. And the older I get, the more conscious I am of it, and the more I feel it. I can feel the change. Like
that you enjoy the change, or you're getting more comfortable?
It's uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable.
Was there ever a period of your life that you were comfortable with the change?
No.
So here's why I'm asking.
I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah.
No, but that's a problem.
Ooh.
Because if you resist change and you get comfortable, you will do everything. To continue to resist change when you need it, and you're trying to stay in this comfort bubble, that could cause all kinds of issues and troubles with relationships and all of that. If you're trying to force yourself to stay, it's true.
I'm laughing because I am in a period of my life, I think, where I want to stay in the comfort bubble.
Right.
And I can sit there and recognize, I have sat there and I've said, okay, I make the joke all the time that I will sometimes pray, God, I'm good. I don't want to be tested anymore. I don't want to be tried by fire. I'm good.
Right.
Like I make the joke all the time that I'm like, I'm straight up with God, that I'm like, I'm really good this time. And I'm reminded constantly that's not how it works. And I'm obviously a person of faith, but I'm reminded all the time it doesn't work that way. So as you're saying that, I'm like, oh, maybe one day I will get more comfortable. And I almost feel the opposite. I almost feel as I get older, I do get more set in my ways. And I am resisting it, where when I was in my 20s and I'm like, any change, I was like, all right, whatever. And now I'm like, I'm tired. I am.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just exhausted. And then, but now I'm like, I don't know. I think it gets worse. I don't think it gets better. I think I get more tired.
Yeah, it does. You get.
You do. I've got a different question for you.
What's that?
This started happening a couple weeks ago. This is 100% real. I'm being straight up right now.
I know.
I started turning my head really quickly, and I've got this kink in my neck, and it hurts really bad.
You can't do that.
Is that a thing?
It's a thing. And you're going to get to a point at some point where you are going to have to sit down and put your socks on.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I used to always put my socks on standing up.
Yes. Balance is impeccable at the moment.
Eventually, you're going to have to sit down and do it.
Wow.
Because you'll know.
In like 20 years, I'm going to call you and I'm going to be like,
you're right, I got to sit down.
It's horrible. You really downplayed this 50 thing.
Yeah, I know. Well, so far, I think it's going all right.
Well, you haven't even hit 50 yet.
Just a couple days, man.
Bro,
They're going to come in here Monday looking haggard and
Yeah.
70 years
And
old.
we're gonna be like, it was the age cliff.
Yeah, it was.
Dang.
What happened to your face? It's like a catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
You look like a prune.
I'll just tell him, hey, no HD for Jeff. Send him back to
Give me some low def.
yeah, low def for
Standard
Jeff.
def,
That'll be my birthday
please.
gift to you.
Will it?
Dina said, like I said before, I don't have a lot of advice, but if you get bad advice and act on it, I got bail.
That's right. She has bail.
I got bail. Oh, wait. Okay. She said, I will give you one piece of advice. This is Dina. See the world through the eyes of Bob Ross.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty good.
it's great.
I
I got our guy right there.
Trevor said, good evening, Jeff and Julia. I'm going to see Lori Morgan Gillies
Ooh, Lori
on
Morgan.
Thursday.
The Gills.
I love country music. I love country music too, Trevor.
Did I meet her? Have I met Lori Morgan?
I don't know.
I met a lot
You
of country.
probably have.
I was a radio DJ in my past life. I used to work I was a country DJ.
Yeah.
Met a lot of country stars back in the day.
You had a great life.
The Radio Stallion. That's what they called me.
No, they did not.
They did. There's a promo. They said it was you're listening to Jeff Herndon,
The Radio Stallion.
and then they played the sound of a horse. Yeah. No, that's true. That's
I know it is. That's
even
why
making
it's
that up.
funny.
It sounds ridiculous.
Fake. It sounds so
I have
fake.
that. I have a box of cassette tapes, air checks. Now I was in college, but I have a box of air checks.
What are cassette tapes? I'm kidding.
Stop it
I'm
with that.
kidding.
You stop it.
That was funny.
It was.
It was good. That was a good one.
But anyway, I thought you were gonna say what's radio. I just like,
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
One day, 26-year-old Olivia's kids are going to say, what's TV?
watch TV. Yeah. I remember the radio when I was a kid. Had to hear my stories.
Wow. Your programs?
Huh?
Your programs?
My programs
Programs. Probably sat around.
sat around the radio.
Couldn't wait.
That's how I learned about Pearl Harbor on the radio.
I believe
I
that.
was like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was a little younger than that. Anyway, I used to be.
There's no easy way to segue from Pearl Harbor, but thank you.
I miss radio.
Do you?
I do. That's a craft, man. People that are good at that are really talented. It's true.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Jacob, who I also think is pretty young, Jacob said, take life as a blessing. That's his advice.
Yes. I'm very lucky to be. I have to remind myself that sometimes, for real. Like just the fact that we were lucky enough to be born, because a lot of people aren't. That doesn't make any sense. But there is. Gosh, who was it? Carl Sagan. Somebody had it. Maybe it was Neil. Is it Neil deGrasse Tyson? Who's
Oh,
the guy?
yeah.
Who had said you're
the statistical outcome.
chances of
Yeah.
like the thing getting to the egg and then like coming, like your chances of actually being born compared to all the other opportunities for people to be created, it's astronomical. Like
Yeah.
it's 1 in a bazillion or something. And so just you should think like, hey, I won that lottery. I'm like 1 in a billion. You
I
know?
do think that, you know how like you drive down Maine? When
Yeah.
I drive down Maine, I'm not kidding. I thought about that the other day. And I thought about, man, I was a swimmer. I kid you not. I did. I really thought
I
that.
was trying to like, I shouldn't have used the hand gestures. I was
It
trying to
was-
illustrate that.
But I did think that.
Okay.
Like, think about the odds of us being here of like, man, I was swimming.
Yeah, I know. You look back at how it all happened.
Yeah.
The timing? I don't know what we're talking about. I think I know what we're talking about, but I don't know if we should go there. It is after hours. So maybe-
It's after hours.
yeah, that's a different show.
Yeah, it's a different
That's
podcast?
a subscription-only based show that we do on a different platform. But, no.
It is a special, if you're just joining us, a special episode of After Hours
This
for
is
Jeff's
the
birthday.
last podcast I'll ever do in my 40s.
Oh,
Last
man.
one. Isn't that amazing?
They're going to be like, joke's on you. We're doing a special episode on
Yeah,
Friday.
I'm going to leave here. They go, we need you to work tomorrow and Saturday and do some podcasting. What? No.
You are working tomorrow. You're just not podcasting.
No, we're not podcasting. I'm working, but it's the last podcast as a as a spry
40-something year old.
young man.
I don't, just 40-something.
Okay.
No. 50s are still young.
I did. Yeah. Okay.
Don't roll your eyes.
I mean, I remember when I was a kid, and if somebody said, "Yeah, he's 50," I was like, "Oh, no, man, that's old." Really? Like I thought 50 was old.
Do you still think that?
Like 2 years ago. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But it's okay because I think there's a song, and I think Toby Keith wrote it, and called "Don't Let the Old Man In."
Oh, yeah.
And I like that song because it is interesting. It's about getting older, but if your mind, like if you can stay young in your mind, then I think you're good. And I kind of do that. I'm silly, you know me. I'll say things that no 50-year-old man should ever say out loud. But I've been saying those things since I was 6.
Yeah, I believe that.
So they're saying, I'm not saying it's right, but that part of me's never left, and I think it keeps me young. Really, it's kind of some would call it what would you call it? Like just a lot of inappropriate stuff, but or like not inappropriate, but not mischievous. It's not like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's like I like to joke. Like I like to make. Okay, here's what I do. Ever since I was young, I would make humorous observations, okay?
Yeah.
And then put those observations into words for comedic effect.
Yes.
And I've been doing that since I was 6. And that is still to this day.
That's what people love about the radio stallion.
Well, they wouldn't let me really tell my jokes on the radio. But that stuck with me, and I think that does. It has kept me young in spirit.
Humor, for sure, keeps people young.
Yeah.
I feel like humor keeps people alive.
I come kind of as a funny family. My dad was a jokester. My grandparents
I was going
were
to say
funny.
your grandpa.
They were
you talk about him being.
They were funny.
Yeah.
They liked to joke and prank and do stuff like that. So,
yeah, cousin Kelsey, who we got on, I know she's got a sense of humor.
That's something. That's a clinical diagnosis, I think, for Kelsey, but I'm not sure where that came from.
We were talking about this swimming, and Doug
we're
said,
gonna keep doing. Okay.
Karina said, just keep swimming, but then Doug said, cue that chill HR. You're not that chill.
They need us. I think we get away with a lot more than that. I think the line we can go up to is quite further.
I would just say that, like, that is scientific.
Right.
That's not.
I've always said this about you. I've said that you're the only person I know that could literally talk their way out of any HR dispute. You could win those debates before they even go to corporate.
Thank you very much.
You're very good at that.
I appreciate that.
It's true. That's a true statement.
I think that's one of the many. I will take that.
It's one of your special talents.
If I get called upstairs randomly tomorrow, I will deny. Say, I don't know what he's talking about.
You lean in. I mean, your defense is like.
That is scientific. That's a real thing.
And you would ask HR, well, did you laugh? And they go like, yeah. And you're like, case closed.
I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, Chris, life advice. Life begins at 50. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm going to see if that's true.
Chris, why does life begin at 50? I think I loved the beginning of 30. I will tell, we have a couple people in the newsroom turning 30. I love the 30s. 30s are it. So I want to know why Chris thinks the 50s are it.
The Nifty 50s.
You are trying to make that happen.
What?
Nifty 50.
Yeah, I am trying to make Nifty 50. I'm trying to make that a thing. Nifty
Okay.
50.
Keep on workshopping that one.
I think I know my answer. I think I need to stop workshopping. Based on this interaction right now, I need to stop working.
I would stop saying nifty, and I would stop saying neat.
Neat's
you say it
bad
all
too.
the time in the show, and you're always like, yeah, it's neat.
6,
And I can't.
7, 50.
6, 7.
50.
No.
That makes me sound young and adult at the
And
same
old.
time.
If you're trying to be young, I wouldn't do that one.
Okay. I don't want to say neato.
Whatever.
But I do need to stop saying nifty. That's a tell.
Okay. You do. Yeah, you do. Chris has an answer, and I actually really like it. Young enough to do whatever, old enough to know better.
Oh, that's perfect.
Love
yes.
that advice.
But that whole thing about young enough to do whatever, that window's dwindling. And so that's how, but it does motivate you to do more things. That's why I was so adamant to go snow skiing.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a window.
There's a time limit
There's a
on
window
that.
there. And I'm trying to do, I think that's when I think mentally the mindset is do as much as I possibly can now.
Yes. What do you
Which I
want to
should have,
do?
which is silly because I should have had that mindset 20 years ago. That's the thing that bothers me is that we get to this point. Now, I made the mistake. You get to that point in life and you're like,
I'm
okay, now I'm
exhausted.
going to really try. Well, that too. We said, now I'm really going to try to do things that I've always wanted to do. Well,
Like,
you could have done them 20 years ago.
What do you want to do now that you didn't do 20 years ago?
Nap during the day.
Like that.
You know, go to bed at 4:30. Eat dinner at 2:30 in the afternoon at like a buffet. Read a newspaper. Bird watch. Talk about my grandkids to other people who don't know my grandkids or me.
You don't
Tell
have
them how great they
grandkids.
are. Get my hair cut every week at the barber shop.
You do that right now.
Yeah. I want to ride a scooter around Walmart. There's a lot of things I want to do.
You want to ride it? Oh, if you would like to ride a scooter around Walmart, I can make that happen
I know
for you.
you kind of have a hookup. You
I've got a
connection.
hookup.
Yeah. So those are just some of the things that I really want to start doing.
You know, people are home and they're like, "What's a hookup?"
Yeah, what is your hookup? I know you got a hookup.
You got to have the scooter hookup in the wall
I know.
in the Wally
in
world.
In the marts.
Yeah, in the marts.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to add an S to everything and call it like I want to like the
Me
Facebooks,
toes.
you know, or I want to like mispronounce social media pages and platforms.
You will have plenty of time for that.
Okay, those are my goals.
Okay. I think we should workshop those.
I want shoes that don't have laces that I can get into them when I just stand up. These slide-ons, like slip-ons.
You have them. They're yellow.
I actually do have those.
I
yes.
know.
Actually, I have 2 pairs of those.
What are you most excited for your 50s?
Gosh, I don't know. Aging. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You get along the aging process, you know?
Just get it going.
It's fun. Yeah, you see things fall apart in a mirror in real time. Like, that's neat.
Wow.
It's biology. I've always been kind of a science guy, right?
Yeah.
And now I get to, like, watch the decomposition in real time.
We do have a weird job, which gives us a really weird relationship with death. This is probably one of our most bizarre podcasts we've ever done because it's
and we
very
got
heavy.
6 minutes. Oh, the death one we did.
But we did death.
We did do a death one.
But it gives us a different relationship with death, and so it is a privilege to get old. It is a privilege to age.
is.
It is a privilege to have time.
I feel, I don't want to take it to a low level.
That's our thing.
But we talked yesterday a little bit about James Van Der Beek,
Yeah.
the actor who passed away of cancer.
Yep.
He had 6 children and a wife.
48.
And he was 48. And I do feel like, I didn't get to be a grandpa.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see those kids get married. So it is. It's
Yeah.
a privilege. It is a true privilege to grow, to get to that certain age.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's difficult. I don't think it's easy at all. I mean, you've got to dodge a
Yeah.
lot of death to get there. I mean, that's true.
Very true.
There's a lot of things in the world that can kill you.
Yeah.
And to get to that age where you get to experience and see all of those things in your senior years, I think that's certainly a privilege to do that. So that is not lost on me.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I'm even 50. I think the fact that I made it this far. My mother didn't make it to 42.
Yeah.
So, and so it gives you great perspective. And so then it's a good way to spin decomposing and spin it into, hey,
positive.
this is a privilege for you to visually fall apart in the mirror every other day. That's a privilege. You should honor that with things like certain creams and
And ointments.
Ointments.
I'm going to give you my advice.
Please do.
My advice for you, what I would love for you in your 50s are 2 things. And give us some comments too, so that after I dispense this advice to go to, because I don't want it to be heavy. My advice, I have 2 things for you. One, I would love for you to have a lot of fun in your 50s. I would love for you to have the most fun, and maybe not all of your 50s, but for at least the next year, I hope you have just the best time.
Okay.
The second thing I would say is to give yourself a break and to just relax and don't be so hard on yourself and just to have some fun. And that's what I want for you in your 50s.
Thank you. That's good advice. Not to be so hard on myself. I'm going to really try that. I'm really terrible at that.
Yeah.
I'm horrible at that. I suck at that.
I
I'm
know
the
that you
worst
are.
at that. So I'm going to try not to be so hard on myself.
Okay.
But
I'm glad that we can identify you're horrible and terrible and being hard on yourself.
The worst thing ever.
Yeah.
I'm such a loser, but I'm going to work hard.
I don't know that I would go that far.
Okay.
So I'm going to reel you back in.
I'm glad you said that because I was waiting for you to be like, yeah.
Keep going. I let it simmer for a while, and then you kept it going. And I'm like, okay, we're going to reel it back in.
I think my advice for everybody out there that's not this age, and I think people that are older than me that are watching know this, it's just... Man, there's heavy stuff in life. Everything can be really, really serious with all the things going on. Man, it's cool. I think the best advice is just maybe look at things through the prism of it's not really that big a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that, and that's, I know there are big deals out there and things are important, but sometimes you just have to be like,
Yeah.
I mean, and not really get wrapped up in that. I made that mistake in my youth quite often, especially in this job. Something would happen, and you would just get, man, all involved in this, and then you're involved in this, and your mind is focused on this, and it's changing, and then there's life happening all around you, and you're oblivious to it because you're focused on something that's just stupid, and so that's and I'm trying as I get older. I'm working really hard on not doing that and really being present for everybody else in my life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
So
we're excited that we all got to talk about life and life advice.
And Valentine's Day today and decomposing in real time.
Yeah. Doug said, here's to you, loose hand skin.
Yeah, I'm getting that too. And the soft bones.
Because you talked about the loose hand skin.
Yeah, I've noticed that. My hands are getting like real thin skin. That's a bruise. That's a bruise. See, I'm like that's, and I noticed that my family, it kind of runs in my family. I've noticed the hands. Remember they had Mamo touch your face, and she had those
We
old
do remember that.
hands.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting them. I'm getting the Mamo hands.
But what a blessing.
I know. You got to just
Wow.
take it all in. Like I'm really lucky to experience all of this.
Here, all I know is that now that I have the neck thing going for me, I'm like, I don't need any of the other stuff.
You're going to come in tomorrow in a neck brace. You should think about that. Well, I want to thank everybody for their advice. This was really cool. And thank you for the birthday wishes. And Monday or Tuesday, we'll move on with all fresh content.
I loved your advice too, and I think I wholeheartedly disagree with you. I think you give great advice, and I think the people that say, "Oh, I give really good life advice," give the worst advice, and the people that say I'm terrible at it, I think are the best.
Well, thank you.
So.
All right. Well, we're out of time. Thank you guys for watching.
Happy birthday.
After Hours with Jeff and Julia. Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day to all you lovebirds out there, and we'll see you on Tuesday.